Hello, welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is a video request from Fabio, and so big shout out to him or her for him. Big shout out to him for the request from Hamburg, Germany. Fabio, thank you. I should be more adept at doing intros to my videos at this point, but such is your humble host. Yours truly. It's me, Mace, your amateur Canadian. You can liken me to a trailer park boy, I guess. No. Okay. Let's get to it. The evolution of Germany's political spectrum. So I don't know how far this video goes back in terms of Germany's political history, because obviously there's a long history. And if you ask the average North American, one of the first things that they're going to think about if you ask them about German politics is, I suppose, the Nazis, Hitler, etc., and World War II. But it's so much more complicated and it's so much more interesting, and it depends whether you're talking about it in the historical context of that. You could, but more contemporary politics and more contemporary and modern democracy in Germany is super complex. And I know that there's many parties and a huge reverence for the democratic process. And yeah, so it's super interesting. I'm excited to check out the video. Let's do it. The evolution of Germany's political spectrum. And I don't know if it means like political spectrum in terms of how many parties or what the political system was at the time in terms of democracy, or before, or in terms of like right wing, left wing, center left, center right, and all of that kind of more polemic way of looking at things. But let's have a watch.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about political parties? Maybe colors? If you're from the United States, did your state vote red or blue?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that's the thing with the United States, it's so binary. You have the Republicans or the Democrats. You even have situations where people will vote for an independent party and they'll be insulted and chastised because they're taking votes away from the party that they should have voted for. And we have much the same thing here in Canada. We basically, I mean, we do have a little bit more choice than the Americans. We have the NDP, the Liberals, and the Conservatives. But, I mean, we have other parties as well, but they're non-factors and they don't garner enough votes, like the Green Party and the People's Party of Canada, it's called now. It's kind of like the People's Party of Canada really gained some significance during the COVID pandemic and kind of the anti-vaccine crowd, and they really gained a lot of people in that, people that were conservatives and then kind of flipped over to that party. But essentially we have the Liberals and the Conservatives that are the two big ones, and currently it's the Liberals and Justin Trudeau, specifically Trudeau, who is the leader and the Prime Minister of Canada at the moment. So, but it's different province by province. There might be Liberals or Conservatives or a different party in charge, NDP possibly.
Or maybe it's turning purple. Maybe you wish you had more colors to choose from. Well, unlike the US two-party system, Germany's parliamentary democracy is much more colorful. In fact, around 40 political parties received votes in the 2017 national election. Over the years,
40 political parties? Like individual parties? That's a lot of parties. Because how many states? There's 16 states, am I right, in Germany? But
many parties have come and gone. But in this video, we'll focus on the parties currently represented in Germany's Bundestag, the lower house of parliament, and talk a little bit about how they got there. First, there's the Christian Democratic Union, or CDU. and its Bavarian sister party, the Christian Social Union, or CSU. These two parties, traditionally working together, represent the center-right of Germany's modern political spectrum. Some of Germany's most famous leaders have represented the CDU, including the country's two longest-serving heads of state, Chancellors Helmut Kohl and Angela Merkel. CDU and CSU voters tend to be more conservative when it comes to both economic and civil liberties issues. Another main party is the Social Democratic Party, or SPD. Historically known to champion workers' rights, the SPD represents the center-left and is the oldest party in Germany. The SPD enjoyed major success in the 1960s and 70s, producing some of Germany's most consequential chancellors and policy decisions, like Willy Brandt and his Ostpolitik, which improved relations between East and West Germany during the Cold War. In addition to Germany's two traditional parties, the Green Party, or simply the Greens, have become a constant fixture in German politics.
We have the same party
The
name
Green
here.
Party evolved out of environmentalist, anti-nuclear, and anti-war protest movements in the 1970s. The protest movement, turned political party, still focuses primarily on combating climate change, but has also expanded its platform.
Their main focus in their platform is combating climate change. I mean, that's obviously an important issue, but to be your main political issue, like, do they gain a lot of seats, the Green Party? I know he's getting into it right now to some of their other issues that they bring forth on their platform, but
to become a mainstream center-left party. Its popularity nationwide has increased exponentially in recent years, signaling its continued influence on German politics in the future. The Free Democratic Party, or FDP, has been a constant fixture of post-war German politics. Commonly referred to as the Liberals, the FDP can perhaps be best compared with the Libertarian Party in the United States. Traditionally, it served as a decisive partner of either the CDU or SPD
so they kind of swing,
to form a majority governing coalition.
They swing back and forth.
Similar to the libertarians across the Atlantic, the laissez-faire FDP tends to be center-right, aligning itself with the CDU on economic issues, but also center-left, aligning itself with the SPD and Greens on civil liberties issues.
I like the Free Democrat.
Since the reunification of Germany in 1990, the East-West divide has narrowed, yet remnants of a divided Germany remain. Residual economic and social differences have forced German politics to become more fragmented over the past 30 years. The CDU and SPD have lost ground to parties on opposite ends of the political spectrum, including the far-left Die Linke, literally meaning the left.
Politics can become, I feel like, for the average citizen, like, they can really become exhausting, and, you know, people get disenfranchised or disenchanted, whatever you want to call it. I'm messing up my word. But they also become quite apathetic and just cynical regarding government and politics in general. I think, you know, they just, but, you know, it's not an easy business.
And the far-right Alternative for Germany, or AfD.
Far right? Okay.
The left's origins are rooted in East Germany's former Communist Party, and it enjoys especially strong support in the East, where some nostalgia remains for comprehensive, cradle-to-grave support from the state. The AfD catapulted into the national spotlight in the wake of the European migrant crisis. Its highly controversial far-right, anti-immigration platform has made it a political pariah, one that is traditionally shunned by all other parties in Germany. Historically, the CDU and SPD have dominated post-war German politics. Now, other parties from all ends of the political spectrum are challenging the status quo. As German politics become more diverse, it's important to know which parties there are, what they stand for, and how they work together in government.
Wow. So it's it's a very cliff notes, like it's a very quick refresher or a quick introductory video to the German current political parties and just the spectrum of how many parties there is, like the variety of parties. It looks like there's 7 or 8 that are probably garnering lots of votes. But I would have to go more into how the voting system works, like when it comes to municipal and then like by province, or like what, because we have in our system, we vote for our regional area, and we send a representative then to Ottawa, to the political, I mean the capital of Canada, where they have the parliament, and there are representatives. There are members of parliament, they're called the MP. And politics is always something that I was interested in a little bit when I was younger. Like I was like, oh, maybe I'll do political science and this and that and this and that. I'm definitely, I think, more so interested in the politics of the individual, and also psychology and sociology to a larger extent than these big political movements, which can scare me sometimes. Like just anything where people begin to become tribalistic and really digging their heels into certain views which must be adhered to if you belong to a specific political party. People should have it seems like that way of thinking can sometimes lead to places where you're not necessarily going to be constructively thinking anymore about these issues. You're going to be thinking about, okay, so what is my political party's stance on this issue, as opposed to what's my individual stance on this issue. It's almost like we should vote, for people and individuals and not parties. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting though, very interesting. Thank you, Fabio, for the recommendation. It's sort of the first kind of political video we've done on the channel. I definitely want to get into some more of the history things, and East and West Germany. That stuff's fascinating to me, just learning about the history of it all. And there's a lot of it that I should know better, that I'm probably fairly ignorant of, and I can admit that. So it's good to, not be arrogant that you know everything, and be open and willing and in acknowledgement of the fact that I don't know everything, and learning about these issues, albeit it may be slowly, but learning all the same, is a net benefit, and hopefully interesting for everybody. All right, we'll see you soon, people. Ciao.